here are my 3 rules that I live by every single day. Whether I'm working, whether I'm having fun, whatever I'm doing, these 3 rules are literally what I live my life and I follow by every single day. So the first one is very important. It's about truth. What is truth? Truth has a definition, right? But what does it truly mean? We don't know. Because what's truth in one person's eyes might be a lie in another person's eyes. Just saying, there are so many lies out there, so that's kind of the basic of what I'm gonna say, but truth can be changed upon a lot of people. And what you have to understand is I'm really specifying like the business stuff. And look, life's hard, okay? But never ever admit you're struggling, ever. If you want to become the best person in the world, you can't speak out loud negatively about yourself. Oh, I'm struggling. No, you're not struggling. You're alive. You're eating food. You have food on the table. You live good. You're okay. Maybe you're working a job. Maybe you're not happy, but that's temporarily. That's not permanent. Just because you're working on a job right now, just because you're not happy right now, doesn't mean you can't have success in a year or 2 years or 5 years. That doesn't mean anything. So what I'm saying is never ever admit you're in a bad spot, ever. And that's my view, and that's my position. Obviously, I know people are very different on that, but most people are not gonna care about you like you care yourself. Yes, you can admit to yourself you're struggling. Yes, you can fix all the mistakes you have. And as someone who's dealt with mental health stuff and someone who's grinding his ass off right now, who has a lot of stress and a lot of stuff on my plate, I can tell you, the stress is not gonna go away, guys. That feeling you're feeling right now, it's not gonna go away anytime soon. I promise you that. It's gonna stay. I promise you it's gonna stay, but the only way you can handle that sad feeling and that depression feeling and that stress feeling is by just using it as fuel. That's my view, because there are so many people who commit suicide, so many people who have problems with their mental health. And my opinion is, I work so much, that feeling of feeling sad doesn't even come to me. And that feeling of being happy doesn't come to me. Every single successful person I've ever met is very, very stoic, meaning they're not too up, they're not too down, they stay in the middle. And guys, look, I'm talking about entrepreneurs here, people who are trying to change their lives. A normal person, this does not apply to you, okay? If you're a normal person, I'm not talking to a normal person here. I'm talking to that person who thinks they're special, who thinks they have an opportunity to do something amazing. That's who I'm talking to. So please understand me there. You're gonna have feelings of depression. Yes, you are. You're gonna have failures. You're gonna have people telling you all this shit, whether it's in your family, your friends, or just random people are gonna DM you and stuff about how bad your content is. But the best part is there are people who think good about your stuff. You're never ever gonna appeal to everyone, okay? So please understand that when it comes to truth. You can say whatever you want. You can be as truthful as you want, but no matter what you say, there's always going to be people that don't like you, so understand that. Never ever give up. That's number 2. The number 2 rule I live by every single day is never ever give up. Let me tell you why. I'm never gonna give up, ever. No matter what happens, I've pivoted, I've made a ton of mistakes, I've done well, I've done bad, sure. It's been hard, and people don't understand that because they see, oh, this kid has money, he's living good, whatever. Those people don't understand that working 14 hours a day can put a toll on you, for sure. But this thing I can tell you, you have to look at the future. You have to have a vision. You have to have a why. If you know why you're doing this, and you're an entrepreneur, I'm speaking to only entrepreneurs, again, you have to have your why and know why you're doing it. For me, in my opinion, there are tons of young men, especially in the world, who are lost right now. It might be you. Maybe you're clicking on this video because you don't know what's happening in your life and you literally feel lost. You have no clue what to do. You don't want to work a job because you know that's going to be a trap. You don't know what to do because AI is coming in. You're literally lost. I am speaking to you directly. Look at me in the eyes. I am speaking to you because I know what it's like to be in that position, knowing that there's all these other rich people who have everything they've ever wanted in their life, and there's me right here who has nothing. I know that feeling, and that pissed me off, bro. Seeing all these people, and like when I literally went to Europe last year, like 6 months ago, and I saw all these people in like yachts, and they had all these chicks with them. And they're driving these fucking Rolls Royce cars and Ferraris and Lambos and Porsches everywhere. That fucking pissed me off. I'll tell you, if that doesn't piss you off, I don't know what will. But I guess only again for entrepreneurs, they're gonna understand this. But seeing someone else have success is great. That should be the fuel for you to win, okay? And think about them. These people, most of them, I mean, all sorts of people who have trust funds, sure, but for the most part, these people are working their asses off to get to that point. And understand it takes years, not like a month or 2 months. Dude, you have to stick to the same thing for years to get to the spot you want to get to. That's just reality. There's a lot of competition in this world, and the only way you can win is by understanding that success will take longer than you think. Once you understand that concept, it will come a lot quicker than you think. I promise you that. So I hope you understand that. Never ever give up, guys. If you're watching my stuff, please, for the love of God, never give up. Keep pushing, keep going, because you can do it, okay? And I'm not talking about like, look, if you're in a 9-to-5 and you're happy with that, that's great. I'm all about people being happy in life, okay? Am I necessarily happy? I don't know. I work. I'm trying to get things done. I'm trying to move. But I don't let my emotions regulate who I am. That's number 3. My number 3 rule I live by every single day is I never let the way I feel dictate how I work. If I wake up at 4:30 every day, perhaps I want to go back to bed. Perhaps I feel sad. Of course, I don't want to wake up at 4:30 and I feel tired and shit, feel like I'm slumped. Of course I don't want to work. But I do it anyway because I know most people are not willing to go through that path of waking up that early every day, working their ass off, going to the gym, eating healthy, working hard every day till like 9 p.m. Most people will never do that. When since you're only on this earth once, what's the point of just doing the same thing everyone else does? That's my view. So I always thought I'm gonna go all in or not in. You're either fully committed or you're not. And that's for you to decide, okay? If you really want this success and you really wanna have a lot of money and be rich, every single person I talk to wants to be rich. I have yet to talk to someone who's like, I'll be poor. I'm fine making 20K a year. No one says that. But then what happens is they make that, they get a salary of $50,000 a year, and then they get satisfied. Guys, I don't care what you're doing in life. You will never get rich if you're not a business owner. If you're an employee, I repeat, you will never get rich, especially now because they're firing employees at mass right now because of AI, okay? You will never get rich if you're working for someone, ever. That's lesson 2, right? You never will get rich. Please understand me. The only way you can get rich is deciding that you have to make it done for yourself. If you don't decide you gotta take action, you're never gonna get rich. Maybe you think you're gonna get rich, maybe you have these false interpretations of reality that you're gonna get rich, but I promise you damn well, if you just think it and you're not doing shit about it and you wanna be rich and you're just saying, I'm gonna get connections, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you're never gonna get rich. The only way you get rich is by relentless action and work. If you don't do that, you're not gonna get rich. Unless you're one of those trust fund babies like I mentioned earlier and you have a parent who has 10, 20, 30 million dollars in net worth. I don't have that. I wish I fucking did, but I don't have that. I have to work for my shit. And most of you guys do too. So you have to build legacy, and that's the best part about it. Think about these people like celebrities. And like I guess even the Trump family, that's an example of it. These kids are good people, they're good kids, but they're never gonna have to work their asses off. Most of them are never gonna work as hard as someone who has nothing and nothing to lose. Because they already have everything, they have a fallback. Someone like, I know a lot of people who are working business right now who literally have nothing to lose. If they fuck up, oh well, they'll figure it out. They'll keep working. But if you're from a wealthy family, a lot of these wealthy kids are spoiled and they don't do a lot because of the fact that they don't need to. They have family, they have a fallback. So they fail, they got people paying for their shit. That's honestly the worst way you can live life. Even like if I was parenting, I had a ton of money, which I will. I'm gonna have a lot, millions and probably hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more in the next 10 years. Hopefully be a billionaire. But understand me that like my kids, whenever I have kids, I'm never gonna give them all the shit they want. Hell no. They have to work for this stuff. I don't wanna just give them it. The worst thing you can do in life is just get $1 billion check. That's the worst thing you can do. All the best memories you're gonna have are being in the trenches and working your ass off. I promise you that. I promise you that. Every single rich person I've talked to has told me they honestly don't want to have to go back to it, but those are the best memories, being in the trenches, working 15, 20 hours a day, grinding every day, not making any money. Those are the best stories to tell. That's your story. Like think about if you're in a movie. What would the audience tell you to do right now if you're in a movie? They're probably screaming at you to do one thing and you're just not doing it. That's what they're probably doing to you. So again, I hope you guys take value from this. I like posting these videos about things I do in my life because I generally think I'm on a very, very good path now. I've had a lot of success. I've been on 7+ podcasts. We made hundreds of thousands of dollars in our real estate company, and this was me previously a year ago. Now I have my own venture, Go Creative AI and AI marketing company. So I'm doing well. I fucking figured it out. And then probably the next year, this company's gonna get to 5-6 figures, probably more like 6 figures a month because of how much work we're putting in right now. With AI and everything, we're way ahead of the curve, 100%. So I'm so glad I'm in the position I'm in. But also, I know you guys have the potential to be in the same position I'm in, but you just simply got to take relentless action, okay? I promise you that. If you take relentless action, I know that success will come.